Harley Quinn is one of today's most popular superheroes. Villains? Supervillains? And is even getting her own series and big budget movie next year. But how did a one-off character in an animated series eventually come to dominate the comic book world? Harley first appeared in a 1992 episode of Batman the Animated Series, created only to be an interesting visual sidekick for the Joker. Yet fans became so enamored with the flamboyant Harley Quinn that the writers kept bringing her back, eventually fleshing her out, giving her storylines separate from Joker. She eventually made her comic book debut years later, and has been a staple of Batman comics ever since, as well as headlining her own solo comics and storylines. One of the reasons Harley became so popular relies on Arlene Sorkin's creative voice acting. Sorkin gave Harley a unique working-class New York accent, which gave the character an interesting sense of personality, and juxtaposes her intelligence and capability with what is often seen as a stereotypically playful voice, giving Harley a deep sense of complication and depth. Her voice also helps to make her incredibly relatable. Harley also remains popular due to her madcap, over-the-top meta style. In fact, she is often compared to Deadpool, as they both share similar humor and ability to break the fourth wall. This type of meta-narrative and style is incredibly popular today. Yet Harley also manages to remain grounded in relatable flaws despite the heightened world she lives in. Despite being a villain, Harley is the most compassionate character in the Batman world, even more so than Batman or Nightwing. Harley joined the Joker because she felt compassion for a man who is incredibly manipulative and devious. Thus, her most endearing trait also becomes her biggest flaw, with Harley's empathy often being used to trick her into doing bad things, as well as leading her to be abused by her new pudding. Yet despite dealing with trauma from her time with Joker, Harley often represents a symbol of strength and resilience, with many stories focusing on Harley fighting back against the Joker's horrific treatment of her. In an episode of the animated series, Harley leaves Joker and joins up with Poison Ivy to have their own crime spree. In fact, Harley is arguably more successful than the Joker, whenever she does things for herself. She even manages to almost kill the Batman by herself when she tries to prove her worth to Joker. Yet despite her intelligence and obvious capability, Harley keeps falling victim to her own compassion, many times returning to the Joker, an extremely relatable storyline for anyone who suffered partner abuse. However, in recent years, Harley has branched further out on her own, even becoming a superhero in her own stories. Kind of, and learning to better take care of her own mental needs, and reject the advances of the Joker when he comes around. Harley's ability to be both extremely humorous and ridiculous, while simultaneously being relatable and down to earth, is exactly what makes her stand out. In a genre defined by out-of-this-world powers and dramatic themes, Harley still manages to be a hero, and sometimes villain, who can speak directly to real battles that everyday people face, while also keeping us laughing and on edge the entire time.